William Ruto is a shrewd politician in this country. And that's why, despite being a junior member of the Youth for KANU, William Ruto is today the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And William Ruto is a student of 2 professors of politics in this country. He's a student of the former President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. And William Ruto is also a student of the enigma of Kenyan politics, Raila Odinga. And today I'm in a tie for the first time this year, which means it's back to business. So let us dive in. Against all odds, William Samoei Ruto became the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And William Ruto is also a good student of politics. And he learned through 2 universities. The University of Moi, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, and Raila Odinga University of Politics. And being a good student, William Ruto learned a lot in politics. During his stint at the University of Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, William Ruto learned 2 things. The first thing he learned was the power of money in politics. For those who followed Moi's politics, or those who have read it, Moi used to believe in power of money. And that's why people like Jirongo, Ruto emerged. That's why people who are not educated like Chotara, Sarif Nasir, Mulu Mutisia were given money and became very powerful in their own right. So William Ruto learned the art of using money in politics when he was at the Moi, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi University. And today in this country, if you ask anybody who is supporting William Samoei Ruto, they will tell you that they're supporting William Ruto because there's that prospect of making money. In fact, wanasema kwa Raila huko kuna njaa. So that's the first thing he learned from Moi. Then the second thing he learned from Moi was the politics of delegation. During Moi's time, you'd always see delegation after delegation either at Kabarak or at State House. And during those events, these guys would just go there, sing praises of Moi. In fact, if you talk to old men who had a chance of visiting Moi, they will tell you how people used to praise Moi during those visits. That's exactly what William Ruto is doing. Between 2017 up to now, William Ruto has turned his Sugoi home and Karen official residence as avenues or as venues for receiving delegations. In fact, it's so serious such that late last year, a bishop, Pastor John Pesa, Father John Pesa, went there and showered the DP with the praises. How is the only daktari mwenye kuna hiyo dawa anadunga pole pole kipole. So he learned those from from the former President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, and it's working for him so far. And then at the university, at Raila Odinga University of Politics, William Ruto also studied grassroots politics, the politics of the people. That you must have people for you to be strong politically speaking. Raila Odinga has always sold to people hope, change, to an extent that many people who are supporting Raila Odinga and those who are still supporting Raila Odinga see Raila Odinga as the only savior who can save this country from the mess it is currently. In the last election alone, Raila Odinga coined the journey to Canaan. You know, in Canaan there is everything. There's honey, there is milk in Canaan. William Ruto also understood that. In fact, the mere fact that Raila Odinga is called the people's president is not by coincidence. It's because of the way he has managed to hold the people on his side. So William Ruto came up with a strategy. And that strategy is what is calling the hustler nation. So today in this country, there's a group of people who are identifying themselves with William Ruto because of what they call the hustler nation. So that you are poor, because these people we have in this country, we have majority of people are poor. So majority of these poor people are now trying to align themselves with William Ruto because of that hustler narrative. But from the background, William Ruto is busy crafting an alliance. He's crafting a super alliance. In this video, I want us to look at the super alliance which William Samoei Ruto is trying to craft. But before we go into all those details, if you're watching this video for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And today, I want us to be very fast and I want to try to be very brief. And by the way, I want you to tell me where you are watching this video from. Personally, I'm doing it from my studio in Kisumu. So let me know where you are watching this video from. Now back to the main issue. William Ruto is crafting a super alliance. And that's something he also learned from Raila Odinga. If you follow Raila Odinga's politics, you'll realize that in 2007, Raila Odinga crafted what he was calling the Pentagon. That Pentagon had 5 key individuals. There was Raila Odinga as the captain. Then there was Musalia Mudavadi as his running mate. And then there was also William Samoei Ruto as a key player in the Pentagon. Then there was Najib Balala from Coast. In fact, Najib Balala was just crafted there as a profile. Then there was Joe Nyaga. So those 5 people formed the Pentagon. And the idea for creating the Pentagon was actually to create regional kingpins. And today, if you ask me, because in 2007, Raila Odinga actually created William Samoei Ruto. Most politicians who were on ODM side were not for William Samoei Ruto. I can mention for you, that was Kepkalia Kones, who believed that Ruto was not the right person because Ruto came to ODM late. Then there was Lona Laboso, and even Henry Kosgei was not for that. But Raila Odinga created William Ruto at that time. So William Ruto, having understood the politics of Raila Odinga, having studied under Moi and under Raila Odinga, he realized that he needed those 3 things. William Ruto has made enough money to influence politics in this country. That's the honest reality. So today, William Ruto can go to lawyers. And because lawyers are known for their chai, ugali, and token, he can go there, call them anywhere, give them money, and influence them. William Ruto has enough money to mobilize the support across the country. So he's done that. Again, William Ruto has created a slogan for himself. Then the only thing remaining for William Samoei Ruto today is crafting an alliance. And to craft that alliance, he had to identify his opponent. So William Ruto identified Raila Odinga as his opponent. And that's why when President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga had the handshake in 2007, in 2018, he never embraced it because he knew there was something. Raila Odinga was up to something. Uhuru Kenyatta probably was also up to something. So he knew so well that that handshake was going to help Raila Odinga. But he had identified Raila Odinga as his enemy. But how do you deal with Raila Odinga? William Ruto sat down and figured out Raila Odinga's politics in 2007. He figured out Raila Odinga's politics in 2013. In 2013, Raila Odinga had the code. He had Kalonzo Musyoka and Wetangula. And then he studied Raila Odinga's in 2017, where he had the NASA. We had the NASA principles coming together. So for William Ruto to win the presidency, he has realized that he needs just to do one thing. He needs to retain his support base. And his support base is Rift Valley. I can assure you, moving forward, Gideon Moi will have rough time in Rift Valley because William Ruto wants to zone and lock out Gideon Moi from Rift Valley. Once he's done with that, then he's going to now try and penetrate areas where Raila Odinga won in the last election. And in central Kenya, he's hoping to continue sustaining the momentum. And that's why when those guys talked of 20%, when Uhuru Kenyatta talked of 20% and only 60% supporting, opposing BBI, I was like, guys, yeah, this is not good for the DP. So he's crafting an alliance. And I want to go through this alliance. In Ukambani, William Ruto is creating Johnston Muthama. And that's why in their new party, the United Democratic Alliance, ODA, Johnston Muthama has been made the chairperson. The idea behind that is very simple. Ruto believes that Ukambani is firmly behind Kalonzo Musyoka. But there are those who are not supporting Kalonzo Musyoka, who are supporting Raila Odinga. So how do you get those people who are supporting Raila Odinga not to support him? You mobilize through Johnston Muthama, because Johnston Muthama worked very closely with Raila Odinga. So by that you deny Raila Odinga. So Kalonzo will get the Kamba votes, but those votes who are going to go to Raila Odinga will then go to William Ruto through Johnston Muthama. That's his calculation. Because it will reach a point where we are not going to have 50 plus 1. So if none of the candidates are not going to get 50 plus 1, then it means the contest is going to escalate further. So who has upper hand? They'll go back and figure out that Ruto alishinda Raila Ukambani. So he's going to use that to appeal to them to vote for him. Then at the coast, coastal region has been one of the strongholds of Raila Odinga. Whether slipping away is something I can't tell as of now. But William Ruto is gaining stronghold. The Msambweni by-election actually gave him the momentum which he needed at the coast. And coastal politics has always revolved around Joho and Raila. And at the coastal region, there's also the Amason Kingi factor. If you look at it critically, William Ruto had initially wanted Amason Kingi as his point person. But Amason Kingi has developed cold feet. He's opted to remain on the other side. So William Ruto used the Msambweni parliamentary by-election to create another individual, Salim Mvurya. So at the coastal region, William Ruto is going to use Salim Mvurya as his face. Whether Mvurya is going to have impact beyond Kwale is something we still can't tell. So that's number 2. The third alliance is, the third alliance is creating is the Western Alliance. Musalia Mudavadi is a presidential candidate. He's going to contest. Raila Odinga has influence in Western Kenya. Talk of Kakamega, talk of Busia. But William Ruto is boldly going into Western Kenya. And he has identified Kakamega County. So William Ruto in Kakamega is going to propel Boni Alwale as a principal. So Boni Alwale is the guy who is going to take charge of William Ruto's campaigns in the larger Western Kenya. Whether he's going to deliver is something I still can't tell. But now taking you back to the lesson he learned from Moi, in Western Kenya, he believes that he's going to use money. In fact, at some point, I was telling a friend of mine that Ruto really, if you ask me, has very little regards for the leadership of Western Kenya. During the Mutunga burial, William Ruto went there and played politics. Politics was just played in that funeral. Now, then the next day he was in central Kenya, another funeral, and he read even the speech by the president. At that funeral, no politics was played. Himself, he didn't even mention politics. Then at Northeastern, the Somalis are now a serious population in this country. They are everywhere. They are in Kisumu, they are in Migori, they even have a member of parliament. They are in Nairobi, they have several MCS in Nairobi, even member of parliament. They are everywhere. So Northeastern, Aden Duale is the man there. So he's going to bank on Aden Duale to help deliver Northeastern. Then Nyanza. William Ruto had intended to venture into Nyanza politics, especially the Luo Nyanza politics, because he had believed that Raila Odinga can be challenged in Luo Nyanza. But when Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga visited Kisumu, and the welcome was euphoric, he concluded that's going to be a waste of his resources. In fact, someone was telling me that those who are supporting Ruto from Luoland, whenever they meet, people wanaangalia tu kama watu wa Raila, you know. So they are unable to make progress there. But Ruto has identified Kisii, and he has identified Kisii, and he has identified Korea. In Kisii, he's trying to create Charles Nyachai. But Charles Nyachai ni kama zile gari za Bedford. You know those old Bedford lorries. You can't just wake up, then ignite it, ianze. No. Those Bedford lorries, they need to be pushed. So you have to call people, invite people to help you push those Bedford lorries for them to start. That's Charles Nyachai. So William Ruto is trying now to bring Omingo Magara to help Nyachai. He's trying to use Osoro to help Nyachai. He's actually trying to reach out to several other former ODM officials to help push Nyachai. But you see the good thing with Ford, those Ford vehicles, anytime they now kick off, zitaenda. So I don't know whether Nyachai will be able to be like that. Then Rift Valley. William Ruto's strategy in Rift Valley is simple. He's going to retain his Kalenjin, and Gideon Moi is going to find it rough. But there are those areas which have traditionally voted and stood with Raila Odinga. One of them is Turkana and the Maasai land. So his strategy is very simple. He's not going to allow or to create Josephat Nanok, because they were unable to crush Nanok during the last two elections. So he believes Nanok has what it takes to deliver the Turkanas. So Nanok is going to be the face of Ruto's campaign in Rift Valley. And in central Kenya, there's a lot of confusion there. Alice Wahome wants to be the face. Ndindi Nyoro wants to be the face. Moses Kuria wants to be the face. And because Ruto doesn't want to go into direct confrontation with President Uhuru Kenyatta, he's still evading. But there's a group of people who are now pushing Irungu Kangata to be the face of the deputy president. These are two people, Ndindi Nyoro and Isaac Mwaura. They want Irungu Kangata because Irungu Kangata is the majority whip at the Senate. So they hope that being the majority whip at the Senate, he now hold positions. So he can use that to support Ruto. So if he resigns today as the majority whip at the Senate, then he joins Tanga. That will be big news and big catch. And lastly is the Nairobi. What is William Ruto's strategy for Nairobi? That has been a big challenge for him. But the impeachment of Mike Sonko worked in his favor. So he's planning to push for Mike Mbuvi Sonko to be his campaign guy in Nairobi. But again, for him to succeed, he also needs a Kikuyu. And that's why Margaret Wanjiru is coming up. So that's the team William Ruto is going to use. And moving forward, you'll see people like Didmas Baraza being sent through to the periphery. They're not going to be the face of William Samoei Ruto in the next coming days. People like Dan Wanyama and the rest. So William Ruto is going to use this alliance. My question to you is, do you think this alliance can deliver the presidency to William Samoei Ruto? Do you think Johnson Muthama can deliver Ukambani? Do you think Boni Alwele can deliver Western? Do you think Salim Vuria can deliver Coast? Do you think Aden Duale can deliver NEP? Do you think Charles Nyachai can deliver Kisii and Korea? Do you think Nanok can deliver Rift Valley? Do you think Irungu Kangata can deliver for him or Alice Wahome, Central Kenya? And do you think Mike Sonko and Margaret Wanjiru can deliver Nairobi? I want to read your comments.